YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back, and maybe for the first time ever with some sad news. Andrew Luck has retired from the NFL at age 29. And this just happened. I had to come up here and record something, not a whole bunch going on the screen for you guys, so I apologize for that, but I felt like I had to. And just mind-blowing news. I'm still shocked. Even though I believe it because I know it's real, it's still hard to believe. I get shocked and just mind blown is the best way. I'll probably use those words so many times in this video because that's the best way to explain it. It's the best way to explain my feelings right now. And most of you already know I'm not a Colts fan, and it's just crazy. And it's sad. It's sad. I feel so bad for him, for the organization, but really is what I thought about was the fans right away because, I mean, the expectations was this team was going to win a Super Bowl. Maybe not this year, but very possibly this year, but within the next 3 years, like this is a Super Bowl team. And even if you don't agree with it, you can definitely say that's realistic and put your head in the Colts fans' view. You got to believe that. You got to be confident, and it's not out there. It's not like another I don't want to bash other teams in this video, but it's it's definitely something you need to be confident about and you believe, and it's really just gone, and it's sad, it's terrible, still hard to believe. I mean, I thought maybe he would sit out the first week. I thought most likely he would probably sit out the first week, and maybe he can re-injure it here and there, get re-injured here and there, I should say, and then maybe miss another couple games but I thought he'd play most of the season, if not all of it, and I did not expect this. When I saw the news, I triple take. I couldn't believe it. I yelled right away too. I yelled. It's just this has to be. It just has to be the craziest news I've ever heard in my life in sports history. I've been covering it for quite a while now here on the channel and been watching sports forever. And we cover more than just the NFL, but mainly the NFL. But this just has to be the craziest, most shocking news in NFL history and sports history to me. It's such an impact too. There's been some crazy news like this, but it's just so impacting. Like I said, the Colts were on the right track. They could have won it this year. They could have won it definitely in the next 3, 4 years, 5 years. I think they would have got one. Really, it's just sad. It's just sad for the organization, the fan base. I feel so bad, especially when we just saw him kind of working out in the field. Preseason game. It's not too much, but you feel a little more confident, like I said, about him. So I guess the Colts fans were confident, and it's just gone just like that. Not that there's no hope anymore, but it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. A great quarterback, top tier quarterback. Not too many of them. Whether you agree or not that he's towards the top or elite, whatever the conversation is, you have a valid argument for either. But either way, there's not many guys like this, and you cannot find them anymore. The struggle at the quarterback position, you can't find them. I'm a Vikings fan, and you just thinking about the past few quarterbacks. I mean, getting Teddy Bridgewater, that whole thing, that was sad. It was bad. It was bad because that was our young quarterback. That was the guy that was the up-and-comer, but it doesn't even compare to anything like this. This is just a proven elite quarterback, or right there, borderline, whatever your argument is. It doesn't matter. It sucks. It's mind blowing, and I feel for that fan base. I feel really bad, and for that team. I keep saying it, but it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Just couldn't believe it. I had to come up here and record something because it's the craziest news in history to me. People are talking about Barry Sanders. I don't remember that too well, but this one takes it. Was not. I kind of thought if I had to put money, he was going to miss the first game, and that was pretty much it. Did not expect this. So sorry to any of the fans out there. That's rough. I can't even imagine that. It's rough. So it's going to be Jacoby Brissett from here, obviously. Good thing is I like Jacoby Brissett. Obviously not Andrew Luck. I like Jacoby Brissett. I liked him at NC State a lot. Was very accurate there. Was very good on the run. Very accurate. So, and it's been some years since he's in the NFL. Got some work with the Patriots, and I knew he was a good quarterback right when the Patriots drafted him too. So it kind of confirmed my feeling on him. The year that he started for the Colts, it was a rough one, but you cannot base too much off that year. He's a solid quarterback and with some upside, so more playing time is going to help him. Take a look at his career stats here. 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So with a guy that's like mainly a backup and kind of getting thrown in there, that's actually not that bad. I wish the completion percentage was a little higher, but you can't really take the numbers. It's at 60%, just under 60. So you can't really look at that and take anything away from that. And remember, the Colts offense line is much, much better now than it was then. It was the worst in football with Jacoby Brissett. So there is some upside there. Definitely some upside. You cannot rule out the Colts just because Luck is out. But, what does it do to the people? What it's doing to my head. I'm not even a Colts fan. It's messing up my head right now. You can't even imagine what it's doing to the players and the organization over there, what it's doing. They got to be, especially the guy like T.Y. Hilton, the guys that have been playing with them, some of the offensive linemen, Kelly, Costanzo, those guys got to be just, it's got to be mind-blowing, just like I've been saying. Maybe they had some kind of idea, but still, now that it's official, and I would say it's because, kind of going back to talking about Luck, some things I definitely want to talk about that I missed on. This is just a random video, just had to do it. He doesn't like, I guess they're saying he's not comfortable. And his mental health, that's kind of weird to put it that way, is not mentally he's not there. I guess that's the best way to put it. To me, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up or start this whole new conversation right now, but to me that means, maybe there's a chance he can come back, not anytime very soon or anything, but maybe it's an emotional decision right now to me. I think is recently found out that he can't go week 1, or maybe he's going to miss more weeks than that. And them holding Jacoby Brissett out kind of told me that they had a feeling of that. But now I'm kind of have a feeling maybe they thought more that Luck could retire. So I think it could be an emotional decision. But he's supposed to make it official tomorrow, and the way they're supposed to present that makes it like, yeah, he's 100% done. But it's it's an emotional decision, so maybe there's some sort of chance, but it's tough. It is tough. And I'm seeing tweets actually with the preseason games mid-game right now. They're playing the Bears, and Andrew Luck's on the sideline at this moment, chatting with the teammates like nothing happened. So and Zach Kiefer tweeted that. I didn't read it word for word, but Zach Kiefer on Twitter. It's surreal scene, he says. So I'm guessing they probably knew, but that's like, it's almost like chilling. It's weird, but that's how it's hitting me. It's weird. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Like I said, not too many good quarterbacks. Whether, the debate always comes up, is he elite or is he not? And you have to take that away. And it's just how good of a quarterback he is. Everyone knows how good he is, whether you think he's elite or borderline elite. You know how good he is. The rare talent, and you took him with the first overall pick, and it's just, you're just taking him right away. There's not too many quarterbacks, and it's unlikely, even with the first overall pick, to come across a quarterback like this. A great quarterback, and he wasn't even in his prime yet. 29 years old. People forget that prime is like mid-30s. What was he going to do? He was going to be elite and more than that if you didn't think so before. So it's sad. It's sad. Maybe, just maybe, can get things figured out. Take a year or two, because we saw him. We just says about his talent too and his mindset before sitting that many years. Or in and out, and then sitting the whole year there, and then coming in 1 year later and just playing that good, almost at MVP status. If Mahomes didn't exist, MVP status, and to be able to do that just tells you what kind of player he is. So just maybe he can sit out for a little bit and come back, but I don't think anybody's gonna get their hopes up for me saying that. I just making sure. I hope they don't. And then Ian Rappaport tweeted not too long ago, the Colts have known that Andrew Luck was seriously mulling retiring over the last 2 weeks. He's married, he plans to travel the world, and once the love for the game it sounds like he wanted to step away, so he did. So maybe he has more interest. He's a very smart guy too, so he's gonna have a good job whatever he does. So yeah, I guess right now it sounds like there's no coming back. As soon as I saw that mentally not there, I thought, well, maybe he'll. But now it's sounding less and less like it. So it's crazy. I wonder who drafted him in fantasy. I mean, that's not the most important thing right now. But people, the fan bases are, a lot of people are pissed. I'm pissed, and I'm not a Colts fan. Man, it's just mind-blowing stuff. Hopefully Jacoby Brissett and this team has some motivation. They can get going. Lamar Miller also tore his ACL today in division. So bad news for the division in general. I guess if you're a Titans or Jags fan or part of that team, I guess it was a good day, but I don't think they look at it like that. But I guess in terms of predicting the season and odds, I guess it goes in favor of those two teams. The Texans just lost their running back. It's not like they lost Andrew Luck. So I heard I see that on Twitter, people instantly putting in bets on a team like Texans. It's a little ridiculous. Not because of the team, but because you're going to tweet about that right now. But it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Probably more things I want to talk about, but I just too shocked. The college football game, I was so excited for the first call. I'm a big college football fan, love college football. Can watch any game no matter who it is, and that game's going on right now, and I had to come up here and record. I couldn't even focus on that game because of this news. The craziest news in NFL sports history to me. It really is. I don't care about any signing. I don't care about LeBron going to Miami, going back to Cleveland. I don't care. This is just absolutely, said it a million times. It's the best way to explain it. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing, beyond shocked. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. See if Jacoby Brissett could lead them. They have a chance to win that division still, for sure. Don't sleep on Brissett. Obviously, not Luck, not anywhere close. But I think he's better than people think. People are gonna run back and look at the stats, what he did on the shit season they had, and that's what they're gonna base it off. It's just shame on you for that. Not saying they're gonna win a division or anything, but just no. So hopefully they're okay. But that's tough. Somebody already asked me on Twitter right away, like, what are they gonna do draft wise? Are they gonna draft a quarterback? I can actually see them trying to stick with Brissett, give him a chance. He needs more of a chance until they find Mr. Right. Who was Mr. Right before? It was Andrew Luck. They waited till they found him. I think they can do the same thing. It's a long ways away. We got to see how they play this year. I don't think they're in play for the first pick, really. If they have Brissett this year or next year, I think he can be better next year. But I don't think Tua's their guy. I tell you that right now. That style. I'm not saying they're going to get the first pick and go for that exact guy. I'm saying that style. I guess Herbert would be kind of their guy. Some similarities in style of play. He's not Andrew Luck. So if they're in position, possibly. But Trevor Lawrence is the guy. That's the guy of the future, and that's the guy that perfectly fits. Andrew Luck style guy, guy. I think they play out Brissett, give him a chance, and they can wait 2 years for a guy like that. But are they in position to get that first overall pick or trade? It's just too early to talk about, but it is interesting. It's very interesting. But my point, me bringing that up, was my point that I think they give Brissett a chance because he deserves one and they like him, and they wait for Mr. Right. That was my point of bringing that up. I'm not going to predict 2020 mock drafts right now and where the Colts will pick. So that was my point, and the style of quarterback they'll be looking for. They're not going to go away from what they believe in. I guess maybe somebody new school can fit Reich's offense a little better, but I don't think they're going to go away from that. So, and Brissett is, even though he has been mobile in the past, he's not like a spread quarterback, like a running first. He's not. That's not what he is if you don't know him. So that's not the style they're really going for. Not that I think it won't work with them, but I think you get my point. Anything else I want to talk about? It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. People still talking about this on Twitter. Some stupid people talking about him going to the XFL. It's just nonsense, absolutely nonsense. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up then. Sorry for the lack of things going on the screen for you. Just had to come up and do that. You guys know the drill. We have a subscriber goal of 40K. Everyone's support's been awesome. And a lot of you are pumped for this, for our coverage for the upcoming season. Full coverage during the year. I can't wait. I'm glad you guys are pumped. And then click that like button. Check out our Twitter. All that, much appreciated. Always constantly talking on Twitter about football, college football, NFL. So check us out. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. We haven't had a video like this yet, probably. So it's a weird one, but I just had to come, had to do it. Had to do it. That's going to do it for this one, though. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Goodbye.